Okay, let's go again. Survivor 2164 IM. So Piets kind of system. I think I'm going to play A4 along with this bishop G5. Right, interesting. H6 and then the H6. So it's weakened a few squares. Can I get an F4 now? Is that too dangerous? I'll try it. So bishop D3. Protecting E4, I guess he's got E5. I suppose he could do that as well. What if I take? Now, bishop G3. It's got potential weaknesses on the king side to exploit. Do I mind playing knight E2 here? It's taking D4 though as well. It's got knight F4, bishop F2. So it's getting a little bit tricky.
In most American states, it's perfectly legal to keep a monkey. Across the country, there are 15,000 living in
Knight Ge2, knight takes G3, knight takes G3, bishop takes D4.
For couples like Jesus and Carmen,
It's not brilliant. Bishop F2, knight F4. I got bishop F1. I'll try that. Lesser evil. Looks passive. But if I can kick the knight with G3 and get some stability back in the position, G3 and Queen D2. Okay. So now Queen D2. So that's at least getting rid of this pin on my king. So now if I can get in, what do I want to get in here? Knight F3 to attack the pawn. That's G4. Doesn't give me any advantage at all. Okay, knight G2 though here. So maybe I've got bishop G2 and castling and bishop E3 and trying to use the F file. I guess. I take here. I think I'll let him take on D4 because maybe D6 will be exposed. Maybe if I just castle, it should be okay. Except if I had Queen H5 would be dangerous. Taking H2. Do I really want to trick my opponent by castling Queen side? But then, it's a threat now Knight C4 as well. I think B3. Okay, bishop D4. Trying to weaken these dark squares. Now if I castle, the F file might be important. F4. I think this is looking to be, despite all the excitement, I think it might be okay. It's rook centralisation threatening bishop E5. Maybe Queen D6 if he's not careful. Queen F2 here. Yeah, Queen F2. So I'm going to play Knight A2 and threaten one day Bishop B6. Or Knight CE2 and threaten a few things. Maybe Bishop C3. Not really sure actually. What am I threatening here? C3 and B4. Actually, that would be good. Queen A4, rook A1, and take on A7. So yeah, maybe C3 is the move, key move here to threaten B4. Try to exploit this queen on A5. That's interesting. Can I just take that to extend? Let's go with the bishop. This bishop on this diagonal. Looks a bit dangerous, but is it dangerous? Like C3, I'll lose the D3 square. Bishop C3, it's Queen C5. Taken bishop, I don't know. Or taken bishop E5 almost. take rook d8, king d8, rook d1. Knight d4 here. d4. Take c2 at least. Takes f5. Do I want to get a rook e1? It doesn't really do much, does it? Knight g6, knight h5, knight h5 to f6. That's a bit useful. Knight h5 to f6 to try and weaken something in the opponent's position. Since I'm not going to lose my queen now to bishop e3. God, knight f3 check's probably just winning the queen. That's like a king move. So I'm nearly losing the queen. Bishop e3. Oh God. Queen e2 attacks a6. This isn't an ideal game, it's got to be said. And if I can survive this again, it's another storm worth surviving. So I might actually get an advantage if the storm clears. When I was a junior, I had a really stormy game once in the French defence against Andrew Webster, who later became an IM. It was a really mainline French defence, winnower theory, and huge like tactical storm, but it was Blitz, so I was a bit lucky it was Blitz, otherwise probably did have a killer blow at some point. Okay, knight d5, what the hell do I do about knight d5? Just move the bishop, I suppose. Probably there's going to be a threat of knight e3 now, forking both rooks. So that rook takes d5, exchange sack. So knight f4, at least attack d5. Knight g7. Don't know, knight f5. Or knight to e6. Knight to e6 is interesting as well. Knight to e6. So threatening bishop f3 and knight takes g5. Okay, keeping the pressure. Some pressure, hopefully. Don't know. So d4 though, b4. Nope. h3. h3. Trying to undermine this knight on f3, which is kind of annoying. Okay. Mated because of various issues here. Bishop b5.
And I had to go in and have surgery at 32. I had to have a complete hysterectomy, and it meant, of course, that I could not have children ever. So that really was a life-changing experience.
It was 3 years after the hysterectomy
Yes.
that Mary Lynn began adopting.
This doesn't look brilliant, but I wonder if I can get in move g5 without getting completely murdered. Okay, I can make the knight and bishop if I knew how to make the knight and bishop, which I did learn once from Muswell Hill adjudication, but is he going to? He resigns. Well, I did learn it once, but I doubt if I do it with like a minute. But he's got less time, so he just resigned here. So yeah, very calm. Yeah, of course that was a clear-cut game. Of course I had everything under control. Not. There's tons of counterplay here. With knight going to f4, trying to evict it. I did have potentially f4 at various points to make use of, but it seems he generated so much counterplay. Frightening. So I'm almost like losing my queen with this move, this looser move, because of the bishop on e3. It's a bit of a shame. So the queens came off, and this exchange sack, I don't know, was tempting because otherwise this threat of knight e3 was very big. So at least I doubled his pawns in the process. And yeah, this episode where I nearly get mated on the diagonal or the rook coming in was also not a bit of entertainment. So trying to challenge that checking bishop was perhaps a useful thing to do. probably missed the mate there, but I was trying to get in G5, at least a little plan to get in G5. So he sacked, for some reason, his rook. Maybe he just felt he was going to lose on time or something if he kept that pawn, but I don't know, it's mating material technically, knight and bishop. If I munch the pawns especially, just please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.